now.
You know what movie theaters like got rid of a while ago that I used to like make a staple?
What's up?
It was the trolley sour gummy worms.
Oh, you like those?
Those were fucking
good.
great. I love
Those
those.
were good.
Because it's just, it was walking into the Regal Cinemas at the Kaleidoscope and then just seeing that, and it sort of matched the vibe of the movie theater with the carpet.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, it just complemented the experience. But I would always do that or like a Slurpee.
Really?
Yeah.
I recently got a Coca-Cola Slurpee too.
From a movie theater? From your theater?
No, not from my theater, no. I went to see Alita.
Yeah.
And then I got a Coca-Cola blueberry mix.
Blueberry?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What?
It was actually
You
pretty
do
good.
cherry?
He's getting it. No, you get either a triple or you get Coca-Cola blueberry.
Dude,
Blue
I've
raspberry.
never gotten blueberry. That's crazy. I always get
That's
cherry.
why I went to Irvine. And, yeah.
Have you ever had a blue raspberry Slurpee?
Probably, but not with Coca-Cola. That's a weird mix. But I'm sure it's, I mean, take your word for it.
See, your monkey brain hasn't comprehended the...
Apparently.
What's
Apparently
that
not.
one chocolate called? Whoppers or something like that?
Yeah, Whoppers.
Well, yeah.
I used to like Whoppers. Whoppers are good shit. I never get them at movie theaters, but
Whoppers,
Yeah, I wouldn't buy them, but I'll eat them.
yeah.
Whoppers, popcorn, and like a Coca-Cola slushy.
I'm not about popcorn because I spend half the movie trying to fish out a kernel from my teeth.
Yeah, it's true. That's kind of the fun of it, though.
It's
In a
not
sense.
fun.
It's not.
It's like, oh, I missed half the dialogue of this important scene.
Well, okay, here's...
Your brain just shuts off.
This fucking kernel.
Here's a question for you. M&M's and popcorn, yay or nay?
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a yay.
I like Whoppers, though. I remember when we saw Moonlight.
Yeah. Did you get Whoppers?
Yeah,
that
I
day?
got the Whoppers.
I never get... I mean, when I was a kid, we used to go to the 99-cent store and sneak it in. But we never really got candy at the movie theater. I remember the very first R-rated movie I ever saw in theaters was Terminator 3. And I was about like 4 or 5.
Jesus.
Well, because my neighbor was watching me and he was like, "You want to go see Terminator 3?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we saw it, and I went home and I was like, "Mom, I saw boobies." But I got a Nerds rope that day. I don't know why I remember that, but yeah.
I
They still make
never
Nerds rope?
bought a fucking Nerds rope, but it just looked intimidating.
It was something.
Only time I've ever seen Nerds Rope recently was at like Dave & Buster's at the
Yeah.
Redemption. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
But the people that make the wrong choice at movie theaters are the type that get like Milk Duds. Because that's...
Milk Duds.
Yeah.
We talked about this in the Halloween episode. The only good thing about Milk Duds is putting your mouth on the box.
Yeah.
And going... That's a callback, everyone. That was a callback to episode 7.
That and Nerds
Oh,
boxes.
fuck.
Nerd boxes, too.
I still never did that. That's just fucking weird to me.
And then the boxes get like drenched in your own saliva.
And they just
That's
disintegrate.
probably I've never done that.
What about...
No.
Wow.
what about...
I don't know. My little kid brain didn't want to go in the box.
Have you guys ever gotten like a hot dog or a pizza from a movie theater?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
hot
let me
dog.
rephrase. Have you ever gotten food that wasn't popcorn and candy from a movie theater that isn't like a luxury theater that actually serves food?
You
know what I'm talking about? Like not a Regency or a...
In Regal, they're like
Cinepolis.
doing a spicy chicken, and it's like less expensive than a large popcorn.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, I'm
how
serious.
many like,
large
pieces of
popcorn's
chicken do you get?
$8.99, and the spicy chicken combo with fries, with I think a side of pickle or something.
Oh, there you go.
It's like $6.99.
Dude.
Twink.
They're selling Twinkies in movie theaters now.
Are they really?
That'd be the day.
Dude, if they had like a movie theater that collaborated with like a place like Afters or something like that where they had like really fancy desserts, I think that would really
Well,
take
the thing
off.
is,
Yeah.
in the theater and Regency, they team up with Donnaby's Cookies. Basically.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
guys
local
do
bakery.
Pinkberry as well, right?
Pinkberry, too.
That's
Yeah.
so weird you don't do... oh my god, what is the name of that bakery that's in your lot? Next to Starbucks. Susie Cakes.
Oh, no. I think we tried.
Really?
But they didn't.
Susie Cakes is the fucking best.
Yeah,
I
they're
love Susie
good.
Cakes.
They're good. They're like the Handles of bakery.
They make a lot on their own.
Because
too.
they make
Yeah.
it handcrafted. You see a little
Yeah.
kitchen with
Mhm.
a bunch of females, crafting.
What about what's our consensus on popcorn powders? Because I know you guys have
Yeah, it's
a couple
courtesy
powders.
too.
Yeah,
The others they
never
charge
used
like
them.
$1.29
Yeah, I've never
too.
tried them.
yeah, they come in the little ones, but you guys have the big ones.
Yeah.
What the fuck is popcorn powder?
So
Nacho
it's the little.
mash.
It's got a picture of a little popcorn kernel, but it looks like he has a beard and he's wearing a hat, right?
Oh,
Yeah, and you they got the white
Okay.
cheddar, they got
Looks
the
like John
garlic.
Travolta.
Yeah, they're. Like, I went to the movies a couple weeks ago. When I saw The Favorite, and we accidentally put too much white powder on it, and it was
Was it
just
white
like
cheddar?
white cheddar.
Yeah.
I mean, we
was
finished
not
it,
good.
but it wasn't. It wasn't.
See, I want to try the
Thank you.
like caramel one,
Thank you.
like the sweet ones, because I've never
Yeah.
had the. Yeah.
Okay, but can we all agree? The caramel corn at Will's Theater is like fucking crack. Like that stuff is so good.
Never had it.
Are you serious?
Never had it.
Oh my
No.
god, it is so good.
I was trying to get into the theater last night, but he got off work early.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
No free movie for me.
Okay,
Fucking
well,
Now I
asshole.
have no topics for today.
Real quick story. My folks went to his theater, which is a Sinopolis. They went because they had passes from, I don't know, some gift from Christmas. And they went and they were like, oh, we're going to get a thing of zebra popcorn. It was literally...
Fucking zebra.
Zebra's amazing.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But
It's good.
it was literally like a medium or a large soda cup filled with popcorn, which was nothing. And it was $9.75.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they always try to give you a fucking cup.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's like, if you got a big bag, why don't you just sell me the fucking bag? I'll pay.
Yeah.
I'll pay even a little extra for that. If they're all like
Stupid.
that,
Yeah.
no, they give you like a little Dixie cup
Yeah.
and say "fuck you," enjoy the movie.
Do you guys like butter in your popcorn?
Yeah.
I don't put anything
Oh my
on
god. Do like the sweet powders with butter?
Yeah,
And
that's
it-
the thing.
It sticks.
Yeah.
It sticks like the white cheddar, and put a little bit of butter. It actually is a good combination.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I was addicted to it when we had Parmesan
Yeah.
as a little thing, but I don't know why we took it out. But the caramel, the powdered caramel,
Yeah.
and then you put a little butter on it.
See,
it's
that
really good.
seems like
And
it's
just
amazing.
a little bit of salt, and then everything is good.
Kevin, how do you say butter?
Butter.
Thank you.
It's a bit of salted butter.
What else?
Honey and butter at the Spectrum. They have the macarons. I get those sometimes. Oh, Jesus Christ, so
Oh,
good.
Do you,
When was the last time you guys saw a movie at the Spectrum?
Thursday, Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you see again?
Alita.
That's
Battle
right.
Angel, That
That's
anime
right.
movie.
Did you see it in IMAX?
Yeah, 3D.
You actually see a lot of IMAX movies.
Yeah, I feel like I don't mind. It's good. It's good. The only one I regret is Jurassic World, the second one, and Suicide Squad. I saw both of them. And
Oh, I saw
Wow.
Suicide Squad with Andrew. I had a fucking trip with.
I hated Suicide Squad so much.
It
But
just.
What do we think about luxury theaters like Sinopolis? Or we're getting a new one at the
San Clemente.
at the outlets.
That's not open yet, right?
No, not yet.
I don't care
Yeah.
about them. It's a waste of money because it's all you're paying for is a glorified massage chair for 2 hours.
It depends
Yeah.
on the price. Like, my theater is considered luxury,
But
Yeah.
you air good movies.
It's like it's very toned down. It's nothing too overwhelming.
Right,
too,
yeah.
And it's a good price.
And you,
I feel like that's exactly what the movie theater experience should be. Just a little dose of luxury, a little dose of alcohol, a little dose of luxurious
luxury alcohol.
luxury
Your,
food and
your
all
theater is by far the best in South County.
I'd say so, 100%.
Yeah.
that.
'Cause
We're gonna do a
Sticks
film
and all.
festival next month.
Are you
Wow.
really?
Yeah,
really?
No
we're gonna,
shit.
we're gonna host a film festival there.
What kind of film festival?
It's very. I think it's like it's just a simple. Like I remember last time we had a. 4 years ago we had a film festival. I don't know exactly the details, but we're hosting one.
Dude,
We're
because
gonna have Jordan and Peele in there.
the fucking there's movies that do, there's theaters like Sinopolis that do like the whole luxury experience, but they don't air any like special
Yeah.
limited release movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sinopolis is like kind of over the top. Like if you have money burning a hole in your pocket, then sure, whatever.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
But okay, so you know how Kaleidoscope has like kind of changed a little
Yes.
bit?
Yeah.
With
So
the
now it's like
recliners.
reserved seating, and they have reclined. I'm all for that. Like I love reserved seating.
Yeah.
as long as they don't bump it up,
I
Yeah.
think they bumped it up like a couple bucks, but not like double.
like 27 for like a seat to see like a regular release movie is just bullshit. Because
It
I'm
is.
getting like at Edwards, it's like a McDonald's experience. I'm getting like the McDonald's movie experience. I'm going fast, you know. I'm just watching like the blockbuster movie. I'm not looking to get like a whole luxury experience
Sure.
and order a fucking IPA while I'm at it.
Yeah.
But like if I'm going to see an Oscar nominated movie, then yeah, maybe I want to get some of that. Just treat myself.
Well, there's this section in Irvine Spectrum, the VIP section.
Yeah.
I would want to try that out. I think it's
Just
like
to see.
$18.19
Box seats.
That's
to
insane, dude.
reserve your
Yeah.
seats, you know. And they usually play Oscar nominated movies there in
Yeah.
the VIP section, and where they can deliver food at your place or at your seat.
I don't really get the delivering food thing. Like,
It was
I want to
cool
watch
at
the
first.
movie.
Yeah.
Can I like eat before or after
Yeah, I
at
think
like a
that's
restaurant?
That's
Yeah.
how they usually
Yeah.
And then eat and then go to a movie. Like, I'd rather eat at a nice restaurant and then go to an IMAX movie than go to Cinépolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
What if you have to make a poopy in the middle of a movie because you ate
True.
before?
Very poopy movie.
What was the last IMAX movie you guys seen, or have you guys
Never.
seen any?
Star Wars.
No,
you've
Star Wars.
never seen an IMAX
No?
movie?
What was the
Wow.
last IMAX movie?
I don't know.
No,
Probably
wait.
Star
But
Wars.
a while
And
ago.
I fucking
Probably a
hated
Star
it.
Wars, yeah,
Star Wars
honestly.
sucked.
I think the last one I went to was because the normal showing was like I had to go to the IMAX if I wanted to watch
Yeah.
it at that time.
No, wait, hold on. I went with Andrew somewhere to see something in IMAX.
First Man.
Yeah, First
Oh
Man.
yeah,
Yeah,
First
First
Man.
Man.
We saw
that.
First Man.
Oh, you were
We
there
saw
too,
it.
huh?
Yeah. It was good. It was a good experience.
I like the laser on the screen.
Yeah. I feel like we all should watch an IMAX movie, and then we can have an IMAX review.
I feel like we should go to the IMAX studio right across the street from the Grove.
Just
And,
Aliso
wait,
Viejo has fake IMAX. Irvine is where it's at.
Really?
Irvine Spectrum is where you
Knock
see.
off IMAX.
Or University Town. Oh no, Universal City Walk. That IMAX is really good. That's where I saw it.
They brand them all as IMAX, but some of them are like way
Yeah, some of
better.
them are whack. Like it's not worth. It's not worth
Whack
the
max.
price. But they do the City Walk IMAX was really good. I saw 2001 there.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Oh my god. It was like film grain too. Ooh. Yeah, but I think we should do that. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I would like that.
I'm a little retarded, but what's the difference between IMAX and just regular film?
IMAX,
Resolution, sound,
mhm.
It's just the sound quality, right?
and
Sound,
resolution.
screen size.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
Well, the thing is like a what's it called?
I have to keep that as it records.
What's it called? Dunkirk. That was shot in IMAX 70 millimeter.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
wanted
like
to see
literally,
that.
it's
Yeah.
the whole screen. And some like if you see like Deadpool 2 in regular IMAX, it would be just like this, you know, just
Yeah.
Like
consistent.
a waste of space.
Alita Battle Angel, they shot it on IMAX, so it's like more of like a good chunk like this. But like, you know, I saw 2001 like this, and then Dunkirk like this.
Is the only reason
Blade
why-
Runner was like this too. So
Like this or like
this,
like
that,
this?
like this.
No one
For the
can-
audience, if you're
no one-
following.
Yeah,
My bad.
What, the regular movies, his hands were very small, but the IMAX are very big.
I almost forgot we were making a podcast. We were just talking about IMAX today.
Hey, what's your favorite color? They don't know those.
That one right there. I'll
Oh
point to it.
shit.
My favorite the first IMAX movie I saw was Dark Knight, and that was a good experience.
I wish I could have gone to the 10th anniversary thing.
That was so I don't know. Christopher Nolan makes good
He's making another movie next year. It's called an event film, 2020 June, I think, July or June. Yeah, they're calling it an event film. People are saying, is it a sequel? Is he making something, you know, bigger? You know, but like people, I feel like Christopher Nolan, even though you hate him or not, he always is like, you have to follow up what he's doing because he's one of the great, you know, directors working today, whether you like him or not.
He makes experience films
Mhm.
rather than
Or like big films, and it's just, you know, he makes it into
Like
this.
epics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
epics, you know.
He's gonna, for his event film, he's gonna YouTube poop Dunkirk.
Oh, you always.
Fucking pay to see a professional
Can you
YouTube poop movie.
Imagine that. Like literally 5 people would get that. Like, oh, like there's a YouTube poop, and people are like, "What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that?" And then there's us, and we're just like, "Holy."
If I won the fucking lottery and it was like 800 million, like one of those super big jackpots, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this money, and I could segment off like 250 million to just produce this entire YouTube poop movie. Just,
I know
You'd have
there's
to
a-
hire like the best YouTubers
Yeah.
that do YouTube poops and just make them have
make
pay
them directors.
There was
make them directors
someone
and make the
Yeah.
movie.
that submitted a YouTube poop to a film festival, and it got aired.
I told Kevin about that.
Yeah.
And people loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny shit. Live from the Dolby Theater in beautiful Hollywood, California, it is the SuScast Oscar Edition. We are live here. You listen to that crowd, yeah! Listen to them. We got celebrities, we got stars, we got everyone imaginable. We got there seems to be a limo pulling up, and who's coming out? It is Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the what is it? The 90th Academy Awards? 91st. Yeah, who gives a shit?
Controversy.
Ryan!
I'm here to just be here.
Perfect, and we got another limo coming up, and who is it? It's Mr. Kevin! First time on the podcast.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, Kevin.
I like movies, and I like controversies.
Very nice, very nice. Who's that strutting his stuff on the catwalk? Oh, it is Mr. Evan once again. Evan.
Happy to be here.
As always.
Doesn't sound like it.
And coming down the red carpet, we have a Mr. Zane.
Hey, hi. Bye.
Gonna eat pie.
Yes, so it is our special Oscar edition of the SuScast. So our last episode, our 2018 review, we talked about some of the worst movies that we saw of the year. Now it is time to talk about the best movies we saw this year. So including Oscar nominations and also movies that got snubbed. At least we feel they got snubbed. We're also going to be having Andrew joining us soon. He's
been demoted to guest.
Yeah, he's not going to be coming on regularly.
His shout privileges are reduced.
Yeah, so
we set a hard deadline for the podcast,
and someone didn't meet that deadline. So anyway,
he's 35 minutes late.
let us start. Let's talk about some of our favorite movies that are not nominated for anything, or let's say
not nominated for Best
Picture. Yeah, who would like to start? All right,
that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I don't mind starting this one because I'm pretty sad that You Were Never Really Here didn't get nominated because I love Joaquin Phoenix, and I think there was a lot of potential in that. It was just sad that they didn't really acknowledge it at all for this, this campaign. So
I thought you were gonna start crying right now. It sounded like you broke up in your words.
I love watching.
Okay, so You Were Never Really Here. We saw that at the theater that we mentioned earlier, the Edwards in Irvine, and who else was in that theater, gents? Bunch of
hooded people in the
hooded
corners.
loners. And what is that movie about?
It's about sex trafficking children.
Yes.
Little girls.
It was
my favorite subject.
It was kind of like I hate to
song right now.
What?
I love little girls.
They make me feel so good.
It was like it kind of reminded me a little bit of Taxi Driver, which I'm gonna make that comparison again in a moment. But it was some good shit. I'm sad that it didn't get nominated for anything.
Yeah, she directed the hell out of it.
Yeah,
and there was no acknowledgement. And it's ironic because last year they were very sensitive. The Academy is like, oh, we gotta nominate a female director. We have to do it. And then they did Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. But there's no female directors this year yet. We had good examples.
Yeah.
And this is ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm sad didn't get nominated?
What's that?
If Beale Street Could Talk was... Dude. I mean, I listened to the score still today to study.
Really?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's just a very nice sort of calm aesthetic, but I feel like it's the same guy who scored The Big Short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Moonlight.
And
he did Moonlight too.
He did Moonlight too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's probably just Barry Jenkins' personal...
His guy.
Yeah. But I felt like that movie just had a very nice sort of aesthetic, and it wasn't necessarily... It felt like it was swallowed in the whole, repression storyline that most movies of that genre sort of just go into. Sure. But it also had a lot of wholesome... But it felt like 50% of it was wholesome.
Yeah.
Rather than 75% of it being rise up, oppression, while I like those stories, but it felt like I needed some humanity in there.
Sure.
And they added that, and I felt like that just made a nice touch to those types of movies. Like if but it just did not get any attention.
And I'll talk about this a little bit later. I've only seen 4 of the Best Picture nominations. One of them was Green Book. We just saw it like 2 nights ago.
I heard it was Oscar bait.
I'll go into more detail about it. I would have preferred if Beale Street Could Talk to be nominated rather than Green Book, since it's like kind of the same subject matter. I liked if Beale Street Could Talk a lot. Not as much as Moonlight, which was directed by Barry Jenkins, who did that. But
it's nominated for score.
Nominated for score?
Not Green
Okay.
Book, but if Beale Street Could
Yeah,
Talk. So,
reasonably so. Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, those close-ups.
Yeah.
Best. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson even said himself that he was jealous of his close-ups.
Yeah.
Barry Jenkins, like he's been around since like for a very long while. So, but he's making like a comeback recently. So that's really good.
We mentioned this in another episode, but we saw Disobedience as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Disobedience.
I liked it too. I feel like there needs to be more lesbian films out there.
Did you see The
what?
Favorite?
Like the 2 there isn't enough?
Come on now.
It was good. I liked it.
I prefer lesbian films like Monster.
I prefer the lesbian romance that's shoehorned at the end of a movie where there's no romance storyline, but at the end it's like, oh, they loved each other all along and they're girls.
Are you talking about Korra? Legend of Korra. I've never even seen that.
God.
Yeah.
They fucking shoehorned that in really hard. I didn't even watch the rest of it.
It was like in the middle of the season. They're like, oh, there's something going on. So then they were just like, oh, let's make them. Fuck.
Isn't that basically Steven Universe where everything wants to fuck each other?
It's so weird because it was an online show at that point, so they got to animate an entire lesbian sex scene into Legend of Korra.
What?
What the fuck? I'm kidding.
No, I dropped down to that conversation for a second. I got a little like, what? Sorry.
Not my cartoon.
Yeah, no, it didn't air on TV, so they could do
Nickelodeon.
whatever they wanted. Free license.
Hereditary. Hereditary came out this past year.
Wasn't it nominated last year?
No.
Wait, what?
It came out last year. It was up for running. People wanted Toni Collette, I believe that's her name, to be nominated for Best Actress and at least Best Original Screenplay. But there was nothing. There was no. She did good. She did good.
The grief portions were
Holy
incredible.
shit.
Her face of just
that was
despair
insane.
and, like she did hell of a performance.
Yeah,
Insane.
It was really something. I wasn't a huge fan of the ending, but
I felt like the teenager, he completely killed the momentum of the movie.
really.
Yeah.
In some moments he killed it in a way, but maybe it's not entirely his fault.
But what about that scene in the toilet where he smashes his nose into the desk? No. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That'd be the one.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you.
That one's
Actually, you know what? We should wait for Andrew to talk about that one because
that's a personal favorite.
That's
of
a
his.
personal
It's
favorite
like
of
his
his.
Get Out of the last year.
Yeah.
What's it called? Won't You Be My Neighbor has been snubbed.
I
in
wanna
That
this.
see
was
it so
fucking
bad.
snub, dude.
I need to
People
see
are
it.
So
outraged.
rightfully so.
Jeez.
Well, they're waiting
Do you
to
guys know
nominate.
about it?
They're waiting to
Won't You Be
nominate
My
the Tom
Neighbor?
Hanks
It's
movie.
what's it called? Fred Rogers documentary, and it's not even up for best
Oh,
documentary.
Are you serious?
You're right,
It's not
you're
even
right.
up for best
I do
documentary.
remember
It's
that.
not
I
even
just never
nominated
saw it.
at all.
That
And
was-
people claim it as like a best documentary out there since, and it's like of the decade or something.
That
Like,
was
really
one of.
crazy.
That was the only documentary I saw. For,
CRBG.
You didn't see the
I did
Firefest one?
that's not. No, that came out this year. But I actually did watch Firefest the other night. It was. We talked about this a little bit yesterday.
The Netflix one?
The
There's two
Netflix one, yeah.
documentaries,
There's
yeah.
the Hulu
Yeah.
and the Netflix one. I saw the Netflix
It was
one
good.
where the guy said that he would suck Custom's dick, and everybody is memeing that. No, but it was good. But we talked about it a little bit, and there was some controversy in regards to how fuck Jerry.
Yeah, the media company that the fire company or whatever was working with apparently had editorial oversight over Netflix's documentary, and so they removed portions that were negative about fuck Jerry.
Oh, what the?
So, the Hulu one is apparently a lot more critical about them and goes into that a lot more.
Yeah, good.
If you're looking for just a very brief rundown of the story, Internet Historian did a really good video on the
Yeah,
festival.
oh, yeah.
It's like 9 minutes long, but yeah,
You
that's
know-
how I originally heard about it.
I know Ja Rule's already teasing a second one.
Yeah, I watched it on
Jesus.
Thursday night, and then Friday morning I saw that he was teasing the second one. I was like, holy shit! How Ja Rule didn't go to jail is beyond me.
Well, I feel like most of it's like the fucking
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy.
Oh.
McFarlane.
McFarlane.
Yeah.
Fuck Billy McFarlane, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like if you look into his history before Fire, it's like
With that Magneto card or whatever.
Magnesis.
Magnesis. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
Shit's crazy. Yeah. But anyway. What else came out this year?
What's this about Fire, folks?
we were talking about Won't You Be My Neighbor.
Yeah.
So good. Like probably one of the most feel-good movies I've ever seen. I mean, obviously because it's about Fred Rogers, but
it's my professor's favorite movie of last year.
really,
Yeah.
It's one of those movies I want to watch with a warm blanket and like just a nice hot cup of tea.
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch.
With a female.
yeah.
No.
Also, First Reformed.
Yeah.
That has been nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which rightfully so.
And that's
Congrats, Paul Schrader.
I
You deserved it.
we saw it at the Irvine Theater.
It's so
And
good.
I was like, oh, well, it's Paul Schrader, and Taxi Driver is one of my all-time favorite movies.
That was the day Total Biscuit died.
That was the
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
I
So
forgot
we-
he died. Oh man.
Like,
Oh no.
let's go to Fields Trip.
Oh, did you hear
I'm so
about?
sorry.
I'm sorry. Speaking of passing away, Bruno Jazz.
Bruno Jazz.
Yeah, no, the guy who
Okay.
played Hitler in that one, like 999.
Oh,
No, that's
No,
Inglourious
you're
Basterds.
thinking of,
The
you're
actual
thinking of
Inglourious
the fall of
It's-
what is it?
it-
It used to get memed all the
The
time.
word is like,
but
if anyone's not like this,
Yeah.
get out of the room now. Yeah.
yeah.
Bruno Gans.
What,
Yeah, Bruno
what is
Jazz.
that one
What's
called?
the
The
movie
fall. The
No, this
I know what
one.
you're talking about.
It's
It's
called
on
Angry
Downfall.
Hitler.
Downfall.
Yes, Angry
Downfall.
Hitler.
Angry Hitler.
The Angry Hitler meme.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick though, I gotta talk about First Reformed because that's like
Yeah.
we saw it and I was like, okay, it's directed by the guy who wrote Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver is one of my favorite movies. I saw it and I was like, okay, it'll be pretty good. It is my 5th all-time favorite movie ever. It's by far my favorite movie of 2018. I love it so much. I need to see it again. It's just like I don't know, like I love everything
What an
about it.
inspiration.
Well, not everything. It's a little. There's a couple things like I won't get into it, but I loved it a lot. It is some good shit.
It felt very evocative of just sort of the time period and shift of like people adjusting from status quo to general activity about current politics, but it also talks about people being destructive about their behaviors, dealing with
Extremism.
everything extremism, and it's like it's a big like oh fuck movie.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it is. It is not a happy movie by any means, but it is incredible.
Just when he sits with the interview with the guy, it just fucking kicks your ass.
yeah, because you just kind of
Right
look at him and
away.
you're like, holy shit! Like I hate to sound like this is gonna be weird, but you listen to him and you're like, that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
don't worry, I'm not gonna kill anybody and
Oh,
have a copy of the movie and a copy of fucking Catcher in the Rye on
We
me.
also can't spoil the movie.
Yeah.
You ever had that kid in your class though who read Catcher in the Rye and thought he was really fucking smart?
He comes in with a
I
red
mean,
beanie,
no,
like
No, yeah, red
that
hunting
happened.
cap.
yeah, I read it.
This is my
It
shooting
happened.
hat.
Yes,
That happened to you.
yes. It was at our high school.
And then he shot John Lennon. It was fucking crazy.
It was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
He shot the next kid with the next alphabetical last name to Lennon.
John Lemon.
Shit was crazy. No, the
Uh,
First Reform, that was really something.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke really delivered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not even nominated.
Not to spoil it, okay, I'm gonna try to tiptoe around this because this is gonna spoil 2 movies if I don't. If you've seen Taxi Driver and you know about the theory about the ending of First Reformed, at least in my eyes, is the exact same as. Oh, we have another limo pulling up.
It's
Okay,
the Make-A-Wish limo. It's
The-
the kid who
I think
won the
this kid
raffle.
probably sent like 10 magazines. I think he sold 10 magazines. He got a limo ride today.
There
He's
we
coming
go.
out. He's coming out. Oh, who is it? It's a one Andrew. Andrew went to the Dolby Theater.
from Marco Middle School.
There you
There
are,
we go.
Yeah.
How you doing, Andrew?
He's got
A
nice
true
little-
alumni of a great program.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
Selling
here.
magazines. Well, now that Andrew's here, let's take a quick break from movies. Let's talk about pizza, fellas.
Ooh. All right.
Pizza. Where did we eat today?
John, you tell us because you have pizza.
That's true. I did buy the pizza. We went to ROCCO'S Pizza in San Clemente. This pizza place is what Slice the Pie is to Ryan. This is my pizza place. This is a pizza place I've been going to since I was a kid. It's off of El Camino, right off of Del Mar too. It used to be next to the Velvet Yogurt if you're an OG San Clemente resident. But yeah, La Rocco's Pizza. Let's talk about it, fellas. What do we think?
I haven't tried that pizza, so that's pretty good.
Pretty good?
I like the cheese pizza. I wonder what their pepperoni is like.
Well, you don't on this show.
Yeah, we only. You fucker. You piece.
This is the
garbage.
baseline.
Sorry.
So what do we think about the pizza, guys?
I did have one bad experience there, but today was a good experience.
Good.
You know, the cheese was pretty good. It's a little thin for my taste. But
A little thin.
It's not
Yeah.
necessarily thin. It's just a good amount of crust and.
It's
I don't know.
chewy crust,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
I don't mind. I like that chewiness.
I've been very critical of other pizzas,
Yes,
but
you
I
have.
actually really liked
Well,
this one.
You were critical of other pizzas other than Z Pizza, which you represent. But
Excuse me.
You're
I know that everybody
Yeah.
fucking hated
you
it.
are a representative of Z Pizza.
Did
if
I
you
like it
recall.
more than all of you?
You did.
Yes,
and you were a fucking corporate member. That's another throwback. I think
See, I
the
don't
episode
remember
6.
that.
There you go.
Remember when Evan shilled for the Z pizzas? Fucking Jew.
Andrew is 100% Jew. He can say this.
I'm Jewish. I can do it.
Yeah, it's all
I'm the
good.
only one that has the pass in this group.
That's true.
He's wearing a bagel necklace.
But yeah, I really liked it. I'm not sure what
You
my
can't say that.
Buy me a bagel.
I
Can't say that either. Fuck. Anyway, what do we think about this pizza?
We're cutting all this, so everyone say what you want in 5 seconds. Go.
White power.
You can't say that.
Wait a second, Kevin.
I can say that.
Kevin's Mexican. It's okay. He gets a card. He gets a put card.
Nah.
Anyway,
Kevin's like, don't make that public.
Can you not talk about my race?
The clan doesn't know
All right,
yet.
Kevin, say your last name right now.
no, we don't say the last names on here.
No, we want him to. I want to expose him. I want to dox
We're
him.
gonna single him out.
I don't want no SWAT team to be in my house.
Oh, they're coming.
Okay.
So what did everybody think of the pizza?
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about pizza.
I think this is probably my favorite pizza that we've eaten on the show so far. I'm biased because this is. I know. I'm
I
biased because I've
know.
been eating this for years, but
How about
I
ballpark
agree.
pizza?
No.
no.
No, you guys don't. You're not a fan?
No,
I like ballpark, but it's just not.
It's
It's
not
expensive as hell, but it's worth it.
How the fuck is it expensive?
Ballpark pizza? You guys really like
we
it?
had it when we went to Kevin's house to watch There Would Be Blood, and it was pretty good, but it wasn't like New York style, like, you know.
Yeah.
I think they're expensive because they expect you to do more at Ballpark. You know, they have the aesthetic, you know,
Not just
Of a
atmosphere.
shitty pizzeria.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, no, of a Saturday afternoon, you just finished a baseball game, and now you're going out with the team to get a pizza while you see fucking pictures and plaques of former baseball teams.
Yeah.
They took my banner down in there.
Did they really?
They did.
Son of a bitch. When was this?
A while ago.
You should sue.
You think I've got grounds?
I think you do.
It's
Yeah.
time
I think
for a
you'll
new
have to take
generation
sue.
of baseball players.
Do you like
I s-
wings with your pizza?
Not really. No, I don't.
No.
Well, most. Okay.
You gotta roll the wing in the cheese and take the cheese.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. That's like terribly unhealthy. Don't do it.
Terribly.
It becomes
unhealthy?
more
Yeah,
unhealthy.
it becomes more unhealthy when you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
What?
Well, the wing.
If you
If
bring
you
out your
consider the
wing.
wing exclusive,
But I'm gonna eat.
you're gonna eat both. Yeah, but like I'm talking about like the wing itself. It just seems like a concept for disaster. I don't know. I was
What
thinking.
are you talking
I was thinking about adding to the wing, but I wasn't thinking
It's
about both.
greater
If you're
than
adding
some of
both
its parts.
But
Anyway, La Rocco's.
I agree with you. I think this was my favorite so far.
Really?
I still think.
While I agree that the cheese was thin, I feel like sometimes it's like the cheese is a little thin, but then the crust is thick.
Yeah.
But
crust
so
wasn't
like
even that thick.
that's what I mean.
Everything
like
was thin.
that's what I mean. Like even though it was thin, like it was the ratio was still fine.
Yeah.
I think.
So, Ryan, slice of the pie is your favorite pizza, correct?
To be honest, it's tied with Ray's now. I've
Really?
been
So-
having Ray's more at your
What I was gonna say is, do you have a nostalgic connection to slice of the pie?
No.
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
I had a nostalgic connection to the place it was before, New York Upper Crust.
Oh.
But I only went there like a couple times before it changed the name because of some other bullshit. But
Well, my whole point was going to be I thought you had a connection, and I thought you have a connection to this one.
100%.
And so I don't have a connection to anything.
I just
had Ray's for the first time, and Ray's is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you're
Have you
both
guys
wrong.
tried BJ's Pizza?
And I think
We
you're
gotta-
right.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't really like BJ's Pizza.
BJ's is okay.
They do well when they like you order the extra large deep dish because then it's like, oh, it's the actual pizza they intended to make. If you
Yeah.
order anything smaller, then it's like they're just fucking the ratio with you, and it just becomes weirder.
You guys like Chicago style pizza?
Yeah.
Why?
I like both.
It's kind of gross.
You're gross.
Like it makes your chest light.
What?
What? Are you smoking it?
What? It gives you a head rush.
See, his interpretation was that you had to inhale Chicago style pizza.
I don't know. Every time I've had it, it makes you feel like not a care in the world, bro.
Dude,
But
that's
not taste
Colorado
good.
style pizza.
Oh,
Pizza
shit.
you're having.
Yeah.
If you go to ROCCO'S, cheese is really good. I know we review cheese, but I have to suggest their white pizza is excellent.
That's what I got.
Whoa!
That's what
I
I
can say that. It's okay.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
never mind. He's
Uh,
got the pass.
and,
A black person wouldn't be able to say that.
the white pizza is really good, and the Staten Island is also really good. It's got like balsamic vinaigrette on it.
I
which
like,
is
balsamic a
Yeah.
lot.
Whoa!
Yeah,
so-
but
You're not from Bosnia, dude. What the heck?
I wouldn't recommend anyone order the shrimp pizza because that one got me
That's the
sick
one that-
last time.
I can't eat shrimp, so that's fine by me.
Are you allergic to shrimp?
Yeah.
What?
You
I
are
can't-
too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Evan,
can't eat
Evan is
shrimp.
also a
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I like
We
shrimp
have
because
a
it's relatively low
colored
calorie.
bond.
Oh.
Like, will you die if you eat it?
I'm not sure, but my dad and my brother are, and my grandpa.
Or dead.
I'm sorry for
They're
your
I'm
loss.
allergic to shellfish.
They've done it for me.
Yeah.
Like, weird thing is, I can eat anything else. Like, crab, lobster, but just not shrimp.
It's so weird.
It's only shrimp.
That's
Dude.
weird. Okay, I'm all of shellfish.
So you can't watch the Drake and Josh special, Really Big Shrimp?
No, I can't.
Without
I
puffing
get
out.
hives. I start choking.
That's awful.
Where
Anyway, let's rate this bad boy.
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I gotta remember what I rated other pizzas so I don't like put it below Pizza Hut
Yeah.
or like in par with the Z Pizza.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say, hey audience, go back to
Yeah.
Episodes 1 through 10.
Go back to episode 6 and see what I rated Z Pizza, and then put it a half point above that, please. I think Z Pizza was like a 7.5, so I'll put it like an 8.
Okay.
I'll put it an 8.
Do you think everyone has like a little clipboard, like all the
You're
stores?
playing the whole
Z
game.
Pizza was like it was a 6.5, so I'll put this pizza at 7.
Okay.
Mr. Cabin, what do we think?
I give it a 7.8.
Okay. Okay.
I'm curious about their other. I want to try their combo.
Yeah.
I don't like these point
You're fucking
8.
degenerate.
Excuse me?
Mr. Evans?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I don't remember what my last ones were, but I think that's firmly above all of the other ones
Yeah.
I've rated. So
Mr.
You
Zane?
gave Z Pizza a big ass score. I remember that.
It wasn't my favorite, honestly. It was alright. It was okay. So, like a 6.5.
Okay.
6.5. Like, I just felt like the cheese was kind of like, I don't know. It just felt really weird to eat the cheese.
Yeah. It is an interesting
It wasn't-
mouth feel.
It wasn't doughy, but it was cooked.
Yeah.
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 kind of like ice cream has.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
is
It's
like
like a mouth feel.
Yeah. That's a throwback to a joke that happened yesterday.
That's an inside joke between only
with-
2
yeah,
people.
2 people, so there you go.
Soft serve or regular ice cream? decide.
Whatever ice cream the Habit gives out for $1.
Cone or bowl?
Yeah, cone or bowl. I'm gonna give this bad boy an 8.5. I do this
fuck?
every episode. I'm gonna give it an 8.7. How about 8.7?
Why?
I love this place so much, and
No,
I
but
love
it's got
you so much.
I you too. It's got the nostalgia goggles, whatever you may say. I love ROCCO'S so much. It's my favorite place ever.
Sounds
so,
like a point.
Oh yeah,
8.7.
one thing I was gonna say was the crust seems incredibly boring, but there's places where the crust is just like not nice to eat. It's
Yeah.
just like so lame. But this place was like so simple, but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to eat the crust.
You know what was good? That
So-
place in L.A. The whatever pizza we had.
That we ate
good
at
Italian
Peter's
place.
birthday?
No, not
Oh, Italy.
Italy, yeah.
Italy, yeah.
That was.
You and I are the only ones that liked it. Though.
I didn't because they burned the fuck out of my first slice.
I gave you
and
my
then
slice.
You gave me your slice, and then that was really nice of you. But how was your burnt slice?
I mean, it was a little worse, but I
burnt?
honestly don't mind burned slices. I don't.
It's my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
By far.
I really like that
I've
place.
talked about it ad nauseum on this podcast, I'm sure. But yeah.
That's a big word that audience isn't going to understand that.
I might have to explain to the viewers or the listeners.
Viewers,
Discretion advised.
they can see us.
I heard a plural. I think there's a one.
Okay, so
Speaking of
let's
viewing.
let us get back to the movies. Mr. Andrew,
Yeah.
Fucking cut your
talk
legs.
about Sorry to Bother You.
Definitely the most unexpected storyline of the year.
Yeah.
Like, you could talk about Green Book if we're talking about best movies of the year, Green Book is on there for me. But Green Book, as according to the fur
Which one?
You're not allowed to say
I'm
that.
not allowed to say
Yeah,
that.
none of that.
Alright, so
I
so
can
beat
say-
me out.
Yeah.
But according to popular YouTuber Your Movie Sucks, he had a point where he said it's a pretty linear story
Yeah.
where it's like very predictable, but I still really enjoyed the movie and I think it's a great movie. Sorry to Bother You, I don't think it is possible to predict where that story goes.
Nope.
I
Not
don't think at all it's possible. And it's definitely a movie for someone that is willing to throw away all logic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and just enjoy a really artsy, weird, wacky, quirky movie. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really liked it. It's in my top 5 for the year.
Yeah.
It didn't get like any nominations, which is kind of sad, but like expected because
Not
like,
even original
fucking
screenplay,
boomers
too.
are the ones that are nominating these
Yeah,
movies,
it's
and
true.
a boomer ain't gonna nominate a black person in the first place.
Even
So-
Hoodwink's got a nomination.
What did?
Hoodwinked. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say like what the. Fuck?
They keep sneaking in Hoodwinked somehow.
Yeah. Every year.
Okay.
What about Hereditary? We talked about it a little bit, but I know you really liked Hereditary, right?
Hereditary is a very divisive movie.
Yeah, it's really divisive.
Well, it.
Some people
Yeah.
hated it, some people loved it, and some people were in between.
At the time I watched it, well, it was like a January, February kind of thing, right? It was really early in the year.
Well,
No,
it's
no,
not
it was-
June.
It was definitely like summer
Really?
because me and Jasmine saw it together.
Well, I remember at that point it was my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah.
It had the most jaw-dropping ending for me, but
I think the shot where they hold in the bedroom, like for a couple minutes, was just one of the best parts of the movie.
when
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first time
Yeah.
I watched the movie, I saw the movie twice. First time I watched the movie, I didn't see her.
You didn't see her.
I didn't see her at all, and I don't think anyone else in the audience saw her because nobody reacted. And the
It was
second
a
time I
rolling
watched
reaction in the theater.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Why are you?"
yeah, the second time I saw it,
Oh.
then I noticed first, and I made a sound or something like that. I went, oh, or something like that. Yeah, that exact sound in the theater. And then I could feel the other people in the audience slowly start to realize.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the first time no one had noticed, and then the second time around people noticed. I watched the movie 3 times in total.
Yeah.
And the third go around made me like it a little less. But I definitely still really enjoyed the movie, and I don't know if I put it in my top 5, but
They did.
I enjoyed it.
They
a
did
lot.
segments of the cinematography really well because
Mhm.
it's fine. They did the whole miniature sort of perspective with her profession. But
You know
they
who else
added
did that? Game Night. I'm actually not kidding. They did. And it
Did
was,
they do a lot of tilt shift photography?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of weird. But
You know what movie? A horror movie got a lot more attention than Hereditary this year.
what's
Halloween?
Quiet Place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't like Quiet
Yeah.
Place.
I didn't like it either.
I wasn't a big fan of it. I understood why people went out to see it, though, and why it was like a good experience during the movie theater. Because if you made noises, ooh, you're that dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We have to tell the story about just that whole night with Mandy.
Yes.
First let's talk about the movie, and then we'll talk
Yes.
about the story with
Yes.
Mandy.
All right.
Okay.
So,
That's snubbed
what-
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
completely snubbed.
In my opinion,
100%.
Mandy was the best movie of the year
Really?
for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I enjoyed that movie more than any other movie I saw.
Mandy got a pretty small release.
Yeah, very.
We saw it at a theater called the Frida in Santa Ana, which is more of an art house theater.
Mhm.
And it's a Nicolas Cage movie. And so it's like, haha, National Treasure, Nick Cage. But, like, it's so not... It's a Nick Cage movie, but it's also not. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, a kind of stereotypical. It is just so
They
fucking
cast it in
out there.
perfectly.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Could not imagine anybody else doing it.
No. Just when it got ridiculous, that's when I was just like, fuck.
I was on board.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Wow.
good. Do yourself a favor and check it out.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about the night
Oh
that,
yes.
that we
Me-
saw it.
It was me, John, Andrew, Ryan, and Selena, I believe.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was right after I turned 21. It was like late September.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In fact, it was September. We have Letterboxd, so we can see what day.
27th?
September 20th.
20th.
Yeah.
So the week before.
So when the movie was about to start, one of our goofballs were on our phones, turning it off, obviously, which is fine.
It was me.
It was
So-
Andrew
always
and
is.
Selena.
So
It was Andrew and
early,
Selena.
so Selena is sitting next to me on my left, and there's a dude behind us, but he's not in the story yet. But there is a dude right behind us, and earlier, so I do this thing where I'm an asshole, and I turn my brightness all the way up at the beginning of the movie to like make a joke
With us.
with you guys. So I
Yeah.
did that, and I made that joke, and then I was like, and then my phone battery was low or something. I know, and I was like, oh, I should probably turn off my ringer and turn down my brightness. So I turned, and the movie had just started, and the credits were starting to roll.
Yeah.
No one was talking. No, there was literally, it was just an establishing shot of like driving or something.
It was like the woods.
It was like the woods, yeah. And I turned on my phone, and the brightness was so fucking bright. And I was like, oh shit. And so I'm trying to fix it, and it's not working, and it was pissing me off. And then at about like 10, 15 seconds, I finally turned off the brightness and turned down the volume and all that stuff. And I think I turned off my phone, actually. But no one had said anything, and I felt bad. I even turned to you guys, and I said, sorry, I was trying to turn off my phone. Yeah, I was trying to turn off.
Yeah.
And so then Selena had her brightness all the way down, like 0. And still, the movie had not, still, it's like a credits rolling, scrolling shot or whatever. And Selena takes out Snapchat, and she wants to take a picture of the screen.
The title.
Yeah. And so she's got her phone out like this, above her head a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's a black, it's so dark.
it's a dark screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dark ass screen. It's not that big of a deal. And then she takes the picture, and a dude puts his meaty paw on her shoulder, grabs her shoulder
From behind.
which I didn't know until after that he grabbed her, which that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
But
fucked up.
yeah, but then he leaned in and he said, "Put away your fucking phone. I don't want to see it for the rest of the movie."
like out loud too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone could hear him. Too.
Yeah.
And then we were very intimidated. It
Yeah.
scared me because I heard it. It was bad.
Because I've had worse experiences and I haven't reacted like that. That guy was just looking for
Well,
an
what happened
excuse to
next?
be-
The guy on his side was on his phone
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And the guy said the same exact thing to the guy, but the guy fought back. He's like,
Like, mind your own fucking business,
Yeah,
dude.
mind your own
Yeah.
fucking business. Tone it down,
So.
And then he went up to get management. Management came out with the flashlight. And he's like, if you guys don't figure this shit out,
Well,
I'm gonna kick both of
he
you.
literally brings the guy, the what do you call him?
The
guy-
manager.
Yeah, the manager over, and he just goes,
That
that one,
guy.
right there.
He goes, "That guy with the glass."
Yes.
Has all the glass.
And then he went,
And then originally, when he said, "Put away your fucking phone," to the guy on the side, the guy said, "Hey, why don't you shut up?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey." And then Selena literally. Oh wait, when they came back and he said, "That guy with the glasses," and then the guy said, "Yo, chill with the phone." The manager guy.
yeah.
And then he turned and he said, "Yo, tell that guy to chill." And then Selena turned around and was like, "Yeah, he needs to chill." And then he's like, "Why don't you both chill, or we're gonna kick both of you out." And then he was pretty pissed. And then he sat back down, and there wasn't another problem.
Funny enough, that wasn't the weirdest thing that happened to us that night.
Yeah. So we drove back in the movie, went to In-N-Out, and then I dropped off Kevin, and I had Ryan and Andrew and Celine in the car. And it's about like 12:40, 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I get, as Andrew said in episode numero dos, America's colors flashing in the back. I hear the little whoop whoop, and it's like, oh shit. So this is my very first time getting pulled over. So to make a long story short, we're on Ortega Highway, which is a highway. So I try to pull off into a neighbor. What? Yeah, I know. So I don't want to stop on the highway. So I try to turn into this school that's there, but the gate is closed to get into the parking lot. So I turn into this neighborhood, and there's like no parking because I want to be in a safe spot. So I'm just like looking for a spot to, park my car. And all of a sudden we just hear over the little PA system from his car, "Stop the car." So we're like, oh shit, oh, okay. So we, I turned the car off, and then he comes over, and he was just kind of a hard ass the whole night. And what it was is my top brake light, the third secondary, I guess, brake light was out, and he had this whole thing where he was like looking at all of us, and he's like, "You guys ever been arrested before?"
Pointing the flashlight at each one of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, fuck.
Yeah. It was a shitty situation, but he let us go.
He wanted to give a ticket right there.
Oh, he did, and he didn't, thankfully.
Yeah.
But
He wanted to see if you guys were gonna be like very nervous or something. That's why he did that shit.
yeah, I got it.
They,
It's 1 in the
they
morning.
usually do that to weed out the weird.
Yeah.
The kid who's really fucking high or something.
Yeah.
Freaking out.
But yeah, it was weird. But it was the whole night was just a very interesting night.
He was really a dick about like, you know that's evading, right? You know if you don't stop immediately, that's evading. I can have you arrested.
I literally watch live PD episodes where they'll go on for 5 minutes and they're just kind of like, "Why didn't you stop?" Rather than that's evading.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Come on, dude. There's no fucking need to be a hard ass."
For no fucking reason. They're just.
I get it's 1 in the morning. I get we're the only car on the road, but it's a broken headlight or a broken tail light.
And you were going 5 miles an hour.
I was going 5 miles an
before.
hour, and I was not evading you. You and I both know that. So whatever.
Moral of the story. Wait, you gotta say it. He's the only one that can say it.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. Go ahead.
So-
Say it.
I'm not gonna say it
Wow.
because I have respect.
Anyway,
Fuck pigs!
let's get back to the movies.
Hey,
what else do we watch
Can you
this year?
bleep that out, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, for his people.
My family won't appreciate that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna listen to it now.
Mid-90s.
I
came out.
haven't seen it
A
yet.
top fiver.
Top
I'm
fiver.
pissed off I never saw that with you guys.
Some
Yeah,
good
me
shit.
neither.
It was
good
a good time.
I want to see his directing debut, but there's also another A24 film, 8th Grade.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
Eighth grade was
Snub,
super
too.
good.
It was definitely snubbed because I felt like that movie just evoked everything that had to do with like the time period for 8th grade. Just
Yeah.
it's modern, but it connects back to everyone's middle school time because everything's just so awkward.
I feel they're comparable. Mid-90s or 8th grade.
I haven't seen
Isn't
Mid-90s.
isn't
shit,
8th grade
that's
about
hard.
They're comparable, right?
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Huh?
Isn't 8th grade like about a teenage girl or something like that?
It's
middle schooler girl.
yeah, middle schooler girl that's like sort of discovering.
8th grade.
Is it basically like, and then it's declassified?
No.
It's everything to do that like you'd think would happen in middle school that just sort of compresses it into a 2-hour film.
But
was there marbles and hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
But the fact that
Well,
like
the thing is,
I feel like Bo Burnham was the perfect person to direct it because he
Sure.
has that awkward comedy that's just inserted and totally just makes middle school.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
It's very like
I wanna see it now.
the
it's-
date scene
oh, Jesus Christ. No,
Why is that funny?
because it's
Not
just it's the dialogue for that one's just like, oh my god, are you serious? I don't know.
do you believe in God? That was my favorite part. Remember he says that.
Wait, or which date are we talking about? Like, oh wait,
The
I was,
one
at the
I was
end.
thinking about it's not a date, the drive home.
No.
I thought you were laughing about.
No!
She almost got raped.
Hey, don't spoil
That
it
was
for us.
funny, but no, it's like it's very 20 because it takes place in 2017, I think. And like
Yeah.
it's not overly like, haha, look at all these 2017 references, but like it's legitimate where there's kids that are like LeBron James.
Those are perfect.
Yeah, those are perfect. It does. Okay, that was another thing about mid-90s. The first like 5 minutes is a lot of establishing shots of just things that happened. Like, oh, here's
Setting
the
the time period.
Nintendo game or whatever.
Street Fighter.
Yeah,
shirt,
and I got really nervous. I was like, oh god, is this gonna be the whole movie where it's just like, look, it's the '90s, but it wasn't.
It had
It
some
shows
heart
it
on
okay.
it too. It had
Yeah.
some heart.
It was some good shit.
Have you guys heard of Suspiria remake?
Yeah, you told us about it, but was it good?
It's fucked up, Andrew. I think you'll like it.
You should probably.
I saw it. I went on a date with it.
You went on a date with the movie?
I went on a date to see the
And
movie.
she's fucked up, bro.
It was really bad because like she didn't know what it was really about. So
Yeah.
but it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about if Beale Street could talk?
Already talked about
Yeah, we
that.
talked about it a little bit.
Okay, what about First Man?
We haven't. We talked about the IMAX experience.
Briefly, it was. It's one of those movies. It's like
It's definitely Damien Chazelle's worst wide release, but I'm not going to say it's a bad movie.
It's something that he wanted to do, and he did it easily. He has everything to do with it, but I didn't see so much passion about it.
Honestly, I felt like Ryan Gosling was not the right choice.
I feel like I didn't mind him.
I didn't like the. Everyone says
Take
they
that
like
back,
the acting,
you
but
son
I
of a
did not.
bitch.
I did not like the acting. I felt like he was generally, like, separate from the emotions that were supposed to be evoked in the scenes, especially from the beginning, because it's all about how he just sort of, like, becomes complacent with loss as part of his life, and he's just like, oh well, it's just a part of caring.
Loss, like the comet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So
My
fun.
least favorite. Well, I didn't discuss this in the last episode, but like the least favorite movie of last year was Bohemian Rhapsody, in my opinion.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
like it that much.
I saw that a couple of days ago. It was alright.
It's okay. It's
That
okay.
is-
It's okay.
A lot of inaccuracies too. And
Bro, you can't
Hey,
say that!
I ain't got it. I'm sorry.
Isn't the director a
Yeah, he's.
child molester?
Let's talk about. Let's
yeah.
lead into a little bit of the controversies.
Yeah.
Brian
This is funny.
Singer, he's accused of many controversies. I think of like, I just think of sexual assault.
Yeah,
I
child
believe.
molestation, right?
That's basically
Nah, I
all
think-
Hollywood.
Yeah, so they're making a very awkward the press tour of Bohemian Rhapsody to promote, Best Picture
Yeah.
for Bohemian Rhapsody, and they're not even mentioning his name, Brian Singer. Like, they're just pretending that he does not exist.
Bryan
Yeah.
Singer.
Yeah, he did like X-Men movies and all that. And talking
And his
about
name is Bryan Singer. And his name is Bryan Singer.
oh yeah,
And his
sexual
name is
assault.
Bryan Singer. And his name is Bryan Singer. And his
Whatever
name
you
is
referencing,
Bryan
I
Singer.
forget.
Fight Club.
And his name.
And his name is Paul. Wait, fuck. What's his name? Remember the? I've never even seen Fight Club, but I've seen this part where
Paul
they're like,
Giovanni?
and his name is
Paul Giovanni.
Yeah, Paul Giovanni.
Tell us about it, Kevin.
So like, Singer was accused in a civil lawsuit of sexual assault of a minor, according to the
Robert
suit.
Paulson. Sorry, that was his name. And his name is Robert Paulson. Go ahead. Sorry.
According to the
Sexual
suit
assault.
filed by attorney Jeff Herman, Singer is alleged to have drugged and raped actor and model Michael Egan in Hawaii after meeting him at parties hosted by convicted sex offender Mark Collins
Roman
Rector
Polanski.
in the late 1990s.
See, fucking
So he's done pretty like
You get
there's
people-
allegations.
you get people like James Gunn
Oh, is this when the
that
guy
like
died?
get booted from Disney and blacklisted because of edgy tweets.
Jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Edgy tweets in like high school. It's like, oh yeah, everyone had a fucking edgy phase.
But he's done like
Like,
even with
actually-
Kevin Spacey, even though he's tried to make a comeback.
That was a weird ass video.
Did that come out after the New Year's episode?
No, it was
No,
on
it was
Christmas
before.
Day. It was
Yeah.
Christmas Day or
Yeah.
New Year's Day. He released this video. But,
It was
I'm
Christmas
back.
Day.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You never saw me die in the video. We were talking about
so
Joey.
weird.
Okay,
But-
whoever said Joey World Tour said that he died.
Yeah, Selena said that he died.
She's stupid.
He's alive.
Still alive.
His
He
intro
posted
is as annoying
yesterday.
as ever.
Yeah.
What other controversies has been going on? in the Oscars?
the
Black
Post.
editing and cinematography,
That-
no host.
Yeah.
Those two. What do you guys feel about the
Oh,
no host
the-
system? The no host system
It was shit the last
It'll
time they
be-
did it.
Yeah, it'll be.
of no host.
Interesting to
They
see how
haven't
they-
done it in about a decade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was shit the last time they did it. That's why they tried to avoid it.
I just hope that Marlon Brando doesn't bring out a Native American to talk about the oppressiveness of.
I actually want
Alright,
that to happen.
society.
But instead of
I do too. I think that was really cool. But what is it?
the cutting cinematography, and now they're going back to it because of all the backlash.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese is like, you can't do that to film.
You can't do that.
Cinematography. What are you doing?
What about the popular movie category that they were talking about in the summer because they were like, oh, Black Panther should get popular movie. It should be best movie of the year.
Any movie that is a fucking like superhero movie
It's
doesn't
a
deserve.
Marvel film. Like,
Doesn't deserve
just every
the
Marvel
best
film
shit.
is gonna win best.
I will
Marvel
say this,
film, or best Star Wars.
You can say what you want about. I haven't seen Black Panther because I don't like cape movies.
It's pretty shitty.
But, and while I don't think like really best picture, but here's the thing. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything. But here's the thing. You can say what you want about the movie itself, but you cannot deny that it is an important movie and that it will go down in history as an important movie.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with Crazy Rich Asians. I saw Crazy Rich Asians, not a huge fan, but it's a super important movie.
Even though it got snubbed.
Yeah.
And it
Both
didn't get snubbed in Golden
Both are
Globes.
incredibly important
Are you
movies.
saying Black Panther is an important movie?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
100%.
A lot of
Yes.
people say that
It's a
like.
black superhero, right?
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing.
Oh, it's not that.
No,
Just
no.
not.
The
I know,
whole,
it's
the
like
whole
a
thing
movie
about
song.
it is
Yeah,
because it's just normalizing of just black actors. It's not like an oppressing story or a story
Yeah.
of like rising up from civil war or civil rights. Yeah, civil war. Civil rights disputes.
He was in Civil War too.
It's just normal living.
Yeah, just
know,
like how Wonder
so-
Woman's important because of the first female lead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even though that was like also like to some people mediocre. Film.
What about
Wait.
Miss Doubtfire?
No.
We just scoring another one for us.
What was the best movie? Catwoman.
With
That-
Halle Berry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't Halle Berry like? She is black.
Cute.
She's a villain.
Yeah. That was fucking loud. She wasn't a villain. She was a
Catwoman's a villain.
no, but
Real
in that
quick.
movie she wasn't a villain. She was kind of a hero, I think. I don't know.
Can,
Go
on the
vigilante.
subject of civil rights movies, can Evan and I talk about
Ted.
yeah.
For
No,
bears.
Can Evan and I talk about the movies that we saw yesterday?
I wish the Civil Rights Act was passed tomorrow.
So, we watched, I believe it's 5 of the Oscar shorts, live action shorts.
Yeah.
And we also saw Klansman. So, let's talk about the shorts real quick. So the shorts were Detainment, Skin, I believe it's pronounced Fob, it's French, Madre, and Marguerite. What did we think, Evan?
They were all incredibly dark and gruesome. None of them really had any positive endings. Only one of them was like a sad ending instead
Rather
of
than
like
a dark ending.
ending. So that like on top of Black Klansman, and the previous the
We
day
saw
before we
Green
saw
Book.
Green Book, and so it was just like Green
Heavy.
Book. Yeah, it was really heavy.
It was a heavy couple of days.
Green Book isn't that heavy.
No,
No,
Green
but
Book
it's
was
kinda
good.
Like, it was, yeah. It was like,
But it was like the
lightest
start
stuff.
of like a downhill, like
Yeah.
darker
Yeah.
and darker.
Yeah, okay, so real quick, which one was the darkest, do you think? Out of the shorts that we saw,
Right.
that we could talk about just briefly.
I feel like the one that had the most impact, and I may be biased because it was the last one, but it was Skin.
Yeah.
Um,
Skin was fucking crazy. Do we want to spoil it a little bit, or because I mean nobody
Is anyone
watched the
gonna-
shorts.
Well,
Probably not
where can I
gonna
watch the shorts? Can I? on YouTube
They're
or
on
something?
they're at
Oh, we have
theaters,
them.
but what?
We have them.
What do you mean you have them?
We have the Oscar movies.
Oh yeah, his.
My uncle.
Oh, okay, cool.
There was a short
Oh,
film that
okay.
I saw recently called Stepsister Will Do Anything for Car Keys. Never mind.
Which website was this? Were you on Incognito?
Yeah, where can I stream that?
It's actually Jordan Peele's next film. Yeah. Sequel to Get Out.
Speaking of Jordan Peele, we saw Black Klansman last night. And
He's in it?
No, he produced it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he produced it with Spike Lee. What did you think, Evan?
I thought it was really good. I wasn't expecting that ending.
The ending is pretty fucking heavy.
Like it gets more and more like relevant, and they keep interjecting like basically Trump quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Into
Throughout,
like
yeah.
what David Duke says and like all these KKK people, and then at the end, it
Don't
just
tell us.
like
Well,
yeah. I'll just say like it wasn't expected.
it was not expected.
Worth a watch?
And it's 100%.
Yeah.
I think it was by far out of the 4 Oscar noms I've seen, it was my favorite.
So he tears off his face mask and it's actually Donald Trump all
Yeah.
along.
No,
I
but
found you.
You watch the ending, and all I'll say is it's all real footage. and you're just kind of like,
Oh jeez.
holy shit. And it's just like, I mean, it's real footage that you've all seen.
Yeah.
You've already all seen it before, but you watch it after seeing this
You
movie.
recontextualize it
Yeah.
with the like meaning and story.
Yeah.
Isn't it a Spike Lee joint?
It is a Spike Lee joint.
You're fired.
Also, because I read the IMDb last night. There was significance with when it was released in the U.S. It was released on August 10th.
My birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not my birthday.
So you know what that means. It's cool. But yeah,
My only complaint about the movie was a little bit of the score. That's all.
yeah, it was kind of the same. It sounded like a porno almost. But
Yeah, But it was fine. It was fine.
It was.
We're still talking about Skin, right?
No, the Black Linesman.
Okay.
Skin was fucking crazy though.
I really want to see that now.
Do you think
Yeah,
we'll catch
it's
that?
it's really
If the phone
something.
lands really side down.
Detainment was because that's based off of a real story, and it's a pretty fucked up story.
Which one was?
Detainment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
I feel like that one would have been more intense and impactful if it wasn't as long.
How
Yeah.
long, how long
What
were
time
each
is it?
short? Like 15 minutes?
They were
Detainment
each like
was the longest.
19-ish.
Yeah.
And then Detained was like 30.
Guys, we gotta
Is
wrap it up in like 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Real quick, a future thing we should do on the podcast is talk about our favorite Nostalgia Critic episodes. Not even kidding, because you just said the jelly sound down thing, and if I brush up on it, like if I brush up on a few watchings of those things, like we could talk about that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And no one would probably care.
We should
No,
watch
but I
it
would
together.
care.
Okay, Andrew.
That's actually a fun
I
episode.
remember,
Yeah.
okay, I'll say this next episode, but I remember the time I went to your house and we saw The Room with the Nostalgia Critic.
Dude, that's so funny.
That was the funniest, that was the hardest I ever laughed.
Remember when he said, "This movie sucks more than poopy ass, poopy ass fucks"? Stick a rock on my asshole, movie directors. You fat fucking
Movie producers!
yeah, exactly.
Stick a melted rock down my cloaca.
Hey,
I liked it when the Nostalgia Critic pulled out a gun. That was so sick.
hey John, can you just
Yeah.
like put like a bunch of screams?
From Doug Walker.
Yeah, just a bunch of screams going all at
Yeah.
once.
For sure.
Okay.
Even though next week is gonna be pretty interesting because I feel like something's gonna happen in the Oscars. Maybe someone's gonna fall or an old person's gonna die.
Melissa McCarthy's gonna explode because she's so fat.
Wait,
I
but-
just-
Oh.
Hey,
Sorry.
Melissa McCarthy.
Did
we
you
don't
see
need
Dumpling?
Yo, wait, did
Huh?
you say
Did you see
Melissa
Dumpling?
McCarthy's fat?
that. Dumpling?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that short.
You know what
Did you
Little
see
John
it?
has to
I
say
did
to
see
that?
it. Yeah. What?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
I've lost it all.
I don't know.
Oh.
I just feel like something's gonna happen next week.
real quick, the four things that I saw, the four Best Picture noms. Black Panthers was my favorite. Roma and The Favorite are tied. They're okay. They're good. I liked them. And then Green Book was my least favorite, but I still liked it. It was just kind of, I don't know. It felt like just more like a biopic rather than a artsy movie. I don't know. It was okay. It was fine.
Green Book wasn't artsy.
It wasn't artsy.
It
It was very just,
It was like, hey, you
It
want
was
to
good
Here's the story, yeah.
performances too.
What's
Yeah.
our
it's
outro?
pretty feel good for the most part in the end, but
What's our outro?
I don't know.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
That's right.
We can end this off of saying.
But that's just a theory.
What are we having for dinner?
All right.
Well, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Please tune in next time. We will talk about other things like pizza and maybe some movies. Please tune in.
That is it from us here at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California. No! Okay. Everybody enjoy the Oscars. Hope your favorite movie gets picked for something rather.
Mine's not.
Yeah.
Wait, little
Mine
break.
neither.
We should be making an acceptance speech, but be getting played off, and the music gets super loud and bass boosted.
That's actually really funny.
Let's do that.
Okay, who wants to do the speech?
I can do the speech if you guys want.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we'll do
So, just your acceptance speech for being on the SuScast.
And the award for the most Mexican.
I'm not Mexican now.
Okay, wait, what are you?
I'm Caucasian.
Okay. And the award for the most white of the group.
Well, thank
Kevin.
you very much for this award. I'm very grateful. Thank you for having me in the SuScast. I'm looking forward to being a part of it more and more. I love every single one of you. And I just want to say, I don't know! I just want to say I really like people and they don't like me back! Okay, I'm sorry.